Gentle audience, I'm here today to speak about bodies changed into new forms. Okay, I stole that line, but it's a good one, isn't it? Greetings, my name is Lucius, and tonight this great group of actors is going to present you with an amazing tale. We hope that you will like it and you will clap for us at the end. This is the story of Psyche, a young Greek girl who is the embodiment of soul, and Cupid, also known as Eros and Amor, the divine embodiment of erotic desire. What you're about to watch is inspired by a book called Metamorphoses, which means transformations or changes. It was written in Latin by Apuleius, a man from North Africa who wrote it in the 2nd century AD. By my count, that was 19 centuries ago. Apuleius was interested in the meaning of identity and structure of society, just as we are today.
Down!
Relax, we're not gonna hurt you.
We're not?
Of course not. We are honorable bandits, right?
Right, what she said.
Kidnapping you was not part of the plan. The plan was to grab the jewelry and gold plate from her parents' living room.
I'm sorry, I ran out of time. Sometimes a bandit has to improvise.
She's no good to us dead. Let's just hope her rich parents pay her ransom soon.
I can't hear myself think. Hey, you, what do we pay you for?
You don't pay me.
Whatever, quiet this one down or else.
She'll keep you company. We take our responsibilities to guests seriously.
So how does this ransom thing work?
May I speak to you outside?
What did I say? Oh, honey, take some deep breaths and drink this rose petal tea.
My wedding has become a funeral, torn from the bosom of a dashing boy and tossed into this pit. At my parents' house, we have wall-to-wall carpet and eat off of gold plates to the steady thrum of a lyre. I would rather die than stay here.
Rose petal tea works quickly.
Where am I? Old woman, take pity on me. Just now, I had the most horrible dream. My marriage ceremony was almost complete. Oh, can you picture it? The white bull had nodded its assent. The sacrifice was about to be made when 2 robbers burst into our house, killed my husband, well, my almost husband, and stole me away.
Oh, no! What we see in dreams is almost always the opposite of what will happen. Sure, your fiancé is safe and sound. This girl's really high-strung. Instead of tea, how about I tell you a story to calm your nerves? It's about a girl who, sort of like you, came from a wealthy family and had some trouble with her husband. Intende laetabaris. Pay attention. You'll be delighted. In a certain city, there was a king and queen who, among all their riches, had 3 daughters. The oldest 2 were beautiful, then rushed to their father's side, offering jewels, land, and livestock for a chance to marry one of them. But the youngest girl, named Psyche, was extraordinarily beautiful. So beautiful that all the people in their kingdom and beyond worshipped her as if she were Venus herself. In fact, they were so taken with Psyche that they ignored the real Venus. They neglected her temples, forgetting to make sacrifices and pour libations for her. Ever heard the saying, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned"? Well, when that woman is the goddess of love, you better watch out.
Oh, I can't even imagine what's going on down there. Humans, benighted species that they are, have confused me with some simple earthbound girl. How can they compare her, a mortal whose beauty will fade and die, to me, creator of all living things? She is not going to get away with stealing my honors. When I get done with her, she'll wish she'd never been born. But how best to destroy her? Brilliant. The instrument of Psyche's destruction will be my very own son, Cupid. He runs through city and countryside with his bow and arrows, wreaking havoc on marriages and creating love, often in the wrong places. Cupid, quit whatever mischief you're making and come here right now. Take a look at this. I'm sure you've heard the stories about this mortal who everyone thinks is as beautiful as I am. Huh! They are worshipping her and not me. You will avenge me using the tools of your trade. Find this innocent thing and pierce her with your arrow so that she falls deeply and unremittingly in love with the most despicable lowlife around, a real monster. Do you understand me?
Huh? I mean, sure, Mom. Right away, Mom.
Humph. I'm off to the sea, where my loyal people still know how to treat me right. La, 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 la.
Venus escaped to the sea, the place of her birth, where awaited the 50 daughters of Nereus, the sea god, and Doris, his wife. They sang hymns to the goddess's beauty. Little Palimon did tricks on his dolphin, and Venus forgot her wrath. But at the very moment Venus was enjoying herself, Psyche was lamenting her plight to her father.
Father, everyone enjoys my beauty and heaps praise on me, but it does me no good at all. I might as well be a statue. No man will approach me. Women despise me. I'm so lonely and sick at heart.
My dear daughter, your troubles are so vast, and your suffering so great, that I suspect divine intervention, and not the good kind. I will go to Miletus, and there throw myself upon the mercy of the great oracle, that then he may explain to me what in the upper realms causes your heart to be so wounded.
And so the king traveled to Miletus to consult Apollo.
Phoebus Apollo, shining archer, lord of Miletus, Delphi, and oracles everywhere, god of music and poetry, and so many other things that I, a poor mortal, cannot even remember them all. Greetings. I bring you the best wine and the most fragrant honey my kingdom has to offer. I beg of you, please, grant a husband for my unfortunate daughter Psyche.
Nothing weighs on a father's heart like an unmarriageable daughter. The wine looks pretty good and the honey smells, well, like honey, so okay. Fair enough. Although we're both Greek, perhaps I should answer in English. For the audience, you know. But what's the fun of pronouncing great oracles if just anyone can understand them? Ah, I've got it. Latin. That's a good compromise. This is what you must do. Montis in excelsis scopulo rex, siste puellam, ornatam mundo, funerei talami, nec speres generum, mortalis stirpe creatum, sed saevatque ferrum, vi preumque malum, quod pinis volitans super re terra puncta fatigat, flammacet ferro singula debelitat, quod tremit ipse iovis, quo numina terrificantur, flumina correscunt, et stygiae tenebrae.
Thank you, Lord Apollo. That is not what I was hoping for, but who am I to question the will of heaven?
And with that, the king returned home to his family.
What did the oracle say? What is Psyche's fate? Will she have a husband?
Our poor girl. I wish I had never spoken to Apollo. But now we must obey his orders. We're to dress her for a wedding, but instead of bridal finery, she's to wear funeral clothes. We must then take her to the top of the mountain and leave her. The oracle says that there she will meet her bridegroom.
Oh, that is ominous. But at least she'll have a husband?
There's more. Her husband is no mortal, but a savage and wild snake.
Oh, we must follow the oracle's instructions. But I cannot bear to do that to our daughter.
Nor can I.
Why don't we just wait and see?
Good idea. Perhaps another solution will come.
What is wrong with the two of you? Why waste your time wishing things were other than they are? Where were you when everyone was calling me the new Venus? That is when you should have come to my aid, instead of enjoying the fame that I brought. Isn't it obvious that Venus is angry because of the attention paid to me? Besides, you've kept me sheltered for far too long. I cannot hide in this house anymore. I do not wish to remain a child. I want to live. I want to spread my wings and fly, even if it must be into the arms of a beast far away from here. Let's get on with this wedding. I mean, funeral, whatever it is.
And so, acknowledging Psyche's desperate bravery, but not so much her obvious eagerness to flee their collective bosom, the family brought out the wedding torches while dressing her in funeral garments. Her parents and the townspeople followed Psyche up to a high cliff and left her to her fate. Alone, Psyche, though fearing the unknown, bravely raised her arms in acceptance of what was to come. Then, softly and gently, the west wind came and lifted her up beyond the clouds. Psyche was gone. The entire town mourned her passing. She awoke to find herself in a valley at the bottom of the cliff.
My goodness, where am I? What beautiful trees. Perhaps they're enchanted or belong to a goddess. Oh, this palace is magnificent. It seems that no one is home. I hope there are no bears inside. Gold columns, wild animals embossed in silver, gemstones on the ground beneath my feet. Oh, I really don't feel properly dressed in these funeral clothes. I don't understand. I expected to marry a monster, a dragon, a snake, but this seems like a blessing from heaven.
Welcome, Psyche!
Where are you? Who are you?
We are here to serve you. Everything you see is yours. If you're tired, go into the bedroom and take a nap. if you wish to freshen up from your voyage, we'll prepare a fragrant bath. And when you're hungry, you'll find an excellent repast in the dining room.
Now that I think about it, I am really dirty and tired. Oh, bath sounds lovely. This is paradise. Oh, I must have drifted off. Where did that come from? All my favorites. Cafteres, grape leaves, feta. Could that be Retsina?
Here, my lady, dry yourself off and we'll help you dress for dinner.
What good food and wine? But now I'm so sleepy. I believe the voice said there's a bed around here somewhere. Oh, the mattresses look so comfy.
Nighty-night, my lady. May your dreams come from horn, where true dreams originate, and not from ivory, where the dreams are false.
Voice? Are you there?
Yes, Psyche?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Psyche!
Did I marry a man? Or did I marry a monster?
Yes, Psyche!
That's confusing. And will I see this new husband of mine tonight?
No, Psyche!
How disappointing. I've been waiting and wondering for so long about this night, and now it seems I won't have a wedding night at all.
I never said you won't have a wedding night.
Did you take communication lessons from the Pythia, that priestess who serves Apollo?
Let's just say that your new husband, whose body will soon warm yours, likes to keep a low profile. His parents didn't really approve of the marriage. You will never see him, but I assure you that you will feel him, if you know what I mean.
I think I do know what you mean.
Lights out now!
What is that noise? You must be my husband. Would you like a glass of water? A lozenge? Ooh. Oh. 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 Ah.
Good night.
Well, now I know what everyone's been whispering about behind my back for all of these years.
Night after night, Psyche's husband visited her in darkness, and they engaged in the intimacies of marriage, which Psyche took pleasure in. And by day, she continued to enjoy the luxurious palace and its attentive and visible staff, unlike this one here. Meanwhile, her parents, forgetting to eat or bathe, believed they had abandoned their daughter to be devoured by a dragon or strangled by a snake. Hearing rumors of Psyche's dire fate, her sisters, deep in grief, but also competitive at heart, raced to their parents' home, each wishing to be the first to comfort them.
Father, Mother, we too feel our little sister's absence.
We expected to be celebrating Psyche's marriage. Now, it seems, we are to grieve her loss.
Give us leave to travel to the top of the mountain where she was abandoned. We wish to mourn her properly.
Yes. Go with our blessings.
And make sure she is buried so that her spirit can be at rest. My poor girl.
Psyche's husband continued to come to her, and though she was still not permitted to see him, each night she eagerly awaited his arrival, and they would converse.
Psyche, my wife, fortune threatens you. Your sisters, who have heard you are dead, are coming now to see for themselves if the rumor is true. Do not let your sisterly love blind you. When they find you alive, surrounded by riches, you will be in mortal danger, and immortal danger too. Turn them away immediately.
Husband, I swear by the river Styx, I would do nothing to disrupt our precious marriage. You couldn't make me happier if you were Cupid himself.
Aurora is upon us, and I must leave.
But
heed my warning on behalf of our little family.
what did I just agree to? I've not seen another living being since I've been here. He wants to keep me from everyone I know and love. This place is a prison, but a very nice one. Good food, good music. Could be worse, I guess. No, I won't stand for it. This is all too much.
And the next night...
Psyche, is this what I'm to come home to? After giving you everything a woman could want by day and by night?
Husband, I have everything material a woman could want, and everything physical too. But my soul needs more.
Oh, you're wearing me out.
Lovely as you are, lovely as my attendants are, I'm losing my mind with no human company. After our many nights of intimacy, I still don't know who, or even what, you are. Perhaps you can live this way. I cannot.
You still want to see your sisters? You can't trust them. They believe you're dead, and if they see you alive, living in splendor, they'll scheme to undermine us.
You can trust me. I would die 100 times before I would do anything to endanger our marriage. Please, please, let our servant, the West Wind, bring my sisters to me.
Your loving whispers drive me crazy. Okay. They can come for a visit, but be on your guard. If they ask who your husband is, do not confide in them. You must not break your promise to me. Remember, things are not always as they seem.
As for Psyche's sisters, they raced to the top of the cliff where Psyche had last been seen.
Psyche!
Hey, oh, Psyche!
The world is a poorer place, robbed of your beauty.
Dear sisters, no need to mourn and beat your breasts. It is I, Psyche, alive and well. Come and visit me. My servant, the West Wind, will carry you here. Oh, my sisters. Let me show you my new home.
Well, this is a surprise.
She certainly hasn't been devoured.
Au contraire, she looks better than ever.
Little sister, you look like you've been feeding on ambrosia and nectar.
Welcome to my palace. I'm so glad to see you. I have servants that take care of me in every way, but I never see them. They are voices only. I've longed for human conversation. How are you two?
I'm fine. After all, I'm married and important in my community.
I too am fine. My husband provides me with all the trappings of a great lady, which of course I am. So tell us, who is it who owns this place? Your husband?
Do tell. Is he really a snake?
Or perhaps a dragon? I've heard that dragons guard piles of jewels and gold.
By the goddesses, what should I say? That I have a husband I can feel? That we have terrific sex every night? But I've never seen him? Come to think of it, I don't even know his name. He is a young man, a flower of youth. His cheeks are covered with downy hair. Right now he is away, as he often is during the day, hunting in the nearby mountains.
Perhaps if we stay for a while, we'll get to see him.
Actually, no, that would be a bad idea. I mean, that would be nice, but speaking of community, I have a meeting to go to right now. I'm supposed to bring the baklava. In fact, I'm late. It's been great to see you. I cannot tell you how much I've enjoyed this visit. Here, take this necklace and this sapphire, and here, take all this too. I hope to see you soon. Westy, oh Westy, please take my sisters back to where you found them. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Let Mom and Dad know I haven't been eaten. Whew, that was close.
And so the sisters rode the west wind back to the cliff.
Oh, fortune! Blind, cruel, unjust! Does it seem right to you that we, born of the same parents as that girl, do not have the easy life that she has? Did you see how many necklaces? How many gemstones? How much gold-threaded clothing there was just lying around that place?
For her to have those riches, invisible handmaids, to live in that over-the-top mansion? Her husband must be a god. If Psyche's husband is a god, by Hercules, she's going to wind up with a godlet and perhaps become a goddess herself.
We cannot let that happen. Sure, we loved her, and we were genuinely sorry when we heard she was dead.
But this is a bridge too far.
We must form a plan to topple that goddess-to-be from her pedestal.
It's a deal.
And so the two sisters, not even stopping to tell their parents Psyche was still alive, returned to their homes, stashed away the gifts, and hatched a scheme to murder their sister.
Kill their sister?
These things happen, you know. Count yourself lucky. Back to the story. Psyche's husband continued his nightly visits.
Dearest, can't you see how much danger you're in? Fortune is on your side, but you must be on your guard if you expect her help. Those treacherous dogs, whom you know as your sisters, are, as we speak, plotting against you. They will use their wiles to persuade you to view me in the light.
Dearest, I do hear what you're saying, but they are my sisters. Look at me. Our nightly assignations have produced a result. Who would have known that such a quick little prick could get me pregnant? I'm floating on a sea of happiness.
Psyche, my wife! This is such great news. But this situation makes it all more important that you keep those witches away from you. If you're able to keep our secret, our child will be immortal.
So he is a god, and I'm to have a divine child.
But if, persuaded by their lies, you look at my face.
As Psyche and Cupid reveled in their good news, the sisters, like a plague breathing out viperous venom, sailed toward Psyche's abode with wicked speed.
Psyche, listen. Your sisters are heading this way as if into battle, the war cries of their trumpets resounding. It's up to you to resist the sweet-tongued perfidy of these vile creatures who, like sirens singing from their rocks, seek to lure you into their trap and make you forget your promise. You must protect our house, our marriage, our unborn child.
It seems to me that, for quite a while now, you have questioned my loyalty and doubted my promises. Trust me, although my curiosity burns to know you more completely, my heart and my resolve are firm, O husband of mine who I've never seen. Now, dear one, grant me the favor of allowing my sisters to visit again. My soul would rejoice to see them once more.
Love does such strange things. I know that this flies in the face of reason, but okay. Let your sisters come if it makes you happy. But remember, be careful. As I've said before, things are not always as they seem.
He does repeat himself a lot.
The two sisters immediately jumped into a boat and sailed toward the cliff above Psyche's mansion. They did not even wait for the west wind to carry them. Rather, they leaped headlong into the air. But the west wind knew his duty. Though he thoroughly disliked the sisters, he scooped them up and ensured their safe arrival to the palace in the valley. Landing with a thump, they called out to Psyche, squawking like chickens, hiding their treachery under smiling faces and loving words, the way you push your dirty clothes under the bed when unexpected company arrives.
Look at you! You're not a little girl anymore.
You're going to be a mother. Our whole family will rejoice with your news. We're honored to be related to that golden child.
If he takes after his parents, what a little love will be born.
Sisters, come inside. My household helpers have prepared a feast and a concert. I'm so tickled that you're here, and we can share this meal together. Let's have some music to further relax us. Kithara, play your tunes. Such melodious tones. Choir, join in.
So naive. She thinks we are taken in by this conspicuous display.
And she actually believes that we are happy for her. On with our plan to trap her into lies about her husband. What a meal! Your orchestra is so fine that it would please Olympus. You're so fortunate to have these riches and servants to care for you. But I must be getting forgetful. Remind me what your husband is like.
Oh, yes, of course. My husband, yes, well, what did I tell them before? Okay, yes. My husband, he is a merchant, very well established. He's made oodles of money from buying and selling things with the neighboring township where he has lots of family. While he's still robust, he is getting on a bit and has a few gray hairs. So, yes, I hope that one day we can all meet. Oh my goodness, I just realized that I'm once again late for my committee meeting. So nice to see you. Here are a few parting gifts. Do come again soon. Westy, oh Westy, please come and take my dear sisters back to their homes.
Psyche,
Skip your meeting.
we have something we must tell you. It's imperative that we pass on this knowledge to you immediately.
If you do not hear us, you won't be around to attend any more meetings ever again.
Well, okay. That sounds really serious. I guess the committee can carry on without me this one time. Let's go back to the house.
Psyche, you can't fool us. We've known you since the day you were born.
You've given us completely different stories about what your husband looks like and what his occupation is. It's obvious you've never seen your husband's face.
You sit here in so much blessed ignorance that you don't see the danger lying in wait for you.
Unlike us, who have lost sleep worrying about your situation, have you completely forgotten what the oracle said?
As your sisters, caring only for your welfare, we can tell you truthfully, we have it as fact, that your bed companion is not a young husband, nor is he the middle-aged merchant you just described.
He is a huge, bloodthirsty snake set upon devouring you.
That cannot be true.
It is Truth herself. Hunters in this neighborhood have seen this creature at night.
And the farmers nearby see him at dawn, slithering from your bedroom window.
If you don't heed our warnings, I fear, no, I am certain that he will fatten you up until your belly is swollen with food and your infant, and then he will eat you.
Psyche, the choice is yours. Will you believe us, your loving sisters who have your best interests at heart?
Or would you prefer to die, strangled by an enormous snake, who will encircle your body as if in a loving embrace? Each time you breathe out, even in ecstasy, he will tighten his grip until you suffocate, and then he will gobble you up.
Well, I know he's not a snake, but he could be a monster. Sisters, you've never wavered in your concern for me. What you're telling me, it makes sense. I'm sure that the hunters and the farmers would not lie. You're right. I've never seen my husband's face, or any other part of him for that matter. Like my household servants, I only hear his voice. True, I can feel him, but he hastens from our bed at the very hint of dawn, and never allows me to light a lamp or even a small candle. I've been desperately curious to see him, but he says if I ever look at his face, I'll be sorry. What should I do?
Now we've got her where we want her.
Our plan unfolds.
Psyche, we're overjoyed to hear that you have enough sense to trust your own flesh and blood rather than a phantom voice who lies to you and threatens you with disaster if you disobey.
As your sisters, it's our obligation to save you from danger. Here's what you must do. Get the sharpest razor you can find and hide it on your side of the bed. Find a small lamp, one that you can easily carry.
Your husband will come to your bed as usual, after your lovemaking when he has fallen asleep,
which you'll know by the sound of his deeper breathing.
Fill your lamp with oil and set it alight. Then tiptoe to his side of the bed, hold up your lighted lamp, and when you have a good view, with the razor in your right hand, cut off the noxious serpent's head.
We will wait nearby. Once you have made yourself safe by his death, we will fly to your side to carry off all this wealth.
And you too, of course.
And then we vow to see you married to a human man.
These words inflamed Psyche's heart. Seeing her in this state, the sisters, liars that they were, deserted her as quickly as they could by their usual route. Psyche was left alone to carry out their foul directives, her emotions cresting and falling like waves in the sea. Night fell. Psyche's husband arrived. Psyche trembled, though she dreaded it. She knew what she had to do.
For sure, I will miss this part of my marriage. But lust will not distract me from saving myself and my baby. Let's see. Where did I put that lamp? And now the razor. I find I have strength I never knew. This is no venomous serpent. At least, not any kind of serpent I've ever known. If this is a beast, it is the sweetest, most gentle one possible. What a beautiful face. And these wings. They glow with divine radiance. What have we here? So exquisitely fashioned. It would take great strength to pull this bowstring. And a quiver. It's so perfect. It looks like it was made by a god. Just holding this makes me feel like Diana. I mean, Artemis. I know she prefers her Greek name. Ah!
Until that moment, she had been love's prisoner. But with that prick, she fell head over heels in love with love himself. Not that she'd have it any other way.
And then what happened?
Hang on, I'm getting to that part. Gazing at her beloved, Psyche couldn't resist leaning in to kiss his perfect cheek. But the moment she did, a drop of oil fell from the lamp, burning the god.
I cannot believe you did this! After all my warnings!
Don't leave me! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
You simple girl! To think I ignored my mother's order. She told me to use my arrows to doom you to the vilest marriage on earth. Instead, I flew to your side as your lover. Famous archer that I am, I must have nicked myself with my own arrow. Or perhaps your beauty alone did the trick. In any case, I made you my wife. Instead of marriage to a monster, I brought you to my palace. I gave you everything. And this is how you repay me? Trying to cut off my head? I warned you many times. Those sisters of yours, with their destructive advice, will receive full punishment for their part in this. And you I will punish with my departure. Psyche, may you be tortured by your own soul.
Mais misérable! Has any girl ever felt as wretched as I?
So, Psyche loses her god husband out of foolish credulity. Is that what will happen to you as well?
I thought you said this story would be delightful.
So I did. Intende.
By all the goddesses, by the river Styx, why was I so foolish? Why did I listen to my sisters? Why didn't I... Oh! Well, maybe this is it. What do I care at this point? I've lost love through my own folly.
Ah! What have we here? A young woman in the throes of a love disaster.
Love disaster, love disaster.
Not now.
No.
Pan?
Look, I know who you are. I know what's happened. Buck up. Go after your husband. He's miffed at the moment. To be honest, he's kind of a spoiled kid. But given who his mother is, you can't really blame him. But he's good-hearted. Persevere. You can do it.
You can do it. Do it.
Thanks for the advice.
Somehow, Psyche picked herself up and followed her feet. Perhaps some divinity was guiding her, or perhaps her inner wisdom pointed her in the right direction. She soon found herself at the doorway to her eldest sister's house. As she stood outside, she could hear her two sisters gossiping within. She could make out her name and their jealous laughter. She strode brazenly up to the door and knocked.
Fortune must be shining on me that I find you together. I'm here to thank you for your wise counsel with respect to my husband. I did as you said, but when I lit the lamp, I saw no frightful beast. I beheld the very son of Venus, Cupid himself.
I knew it! I told you he must be a god.
Just then, my treacherous lamp betrayed me and burned him with its oil.
You burned the god of love? That was foolish.
He awoke violently and said, "You, of all the dire deeds, take your belongings and leave our bed. We are no longer married. Instead...
Instead?
I will seek out your sisters and marry whichever of them shows up here first." And he immediately instructed the west wind to blow me far away from the palace.
So Cupid has come to his senses about which sister should be his bride.
And it's not you, you stupid cow.
The sisters, competitive as always, rushed out of the house and ran to the cliff.
Take me, Cupid!
No, Cupid, I'm the one deserving to be your wife.
West Wind!
West Wind!
I'm ready!
Carry me to my rightful bridegroom.
In their frenzied anticipation, the sisters again did not wait for the west wind, who at any rate was ignoring their calls. Stepping off the cliff, each was oblivious to the danger, and they crashed to their deaths, their limbs grotesquely scattered upon the rocks below. Most fitting death, I think. Don't you?
I guess so. They were perfidious.
You had me at grotesquely scattered limbs.
Psyche wandered through many cities and towns, seeking her wounded husband. What she did not know was that Cupid was holed up at his mother's house in her very bedroom, feeling sorry for himself. Venus, unaware of what had transpired, was frolicking in the waves at her favorite beach when a nosy seagull approached.
Oh, blessed Venus, who nourishes the world with your vigor, I have some news.
Oh, irritating bird. This better be important. You are interrupting my self-care, la la la.
Far be it from me, a mere bird brain, to tell you if this news is important or not. Let's just say, if everyone was saying these things about my family, I'd want to know.
What have you heard?
First, they say your son is in terrible pain over a burn he sustained. Apparently, he was in the mountains with some low-life girl. All while you are paying no attention at all, just splashing around in the sea. Because of your son's bad behavior and your disregard, there's no longer any pleasure in the mortal world. There's no conjugal bliss, no trusted friendship, no fondness displayed toward children, only endless muck and squalid liaisons.
Such insolence! What is her name, that predator seducing my noble child?
I'm not sure, mistress, but I think her name is Psyche, and rumor has it he's crazy in love with her.
Psyche? He actually loves her? That imitator of my beauty? Well, I suppose she might possess a certain je ne sais quoi, but that's no excuse for acting out. I'm going to find that boy and give him a piece of my mind.
Venus took her maternal wrath straight back to her palace to confront her wayward son.
We look like a family of buffoons. You disobeyed me. Me, your mother. No, think of me as the Fury in charge of your destiny. You're too young to have a girlfriend. And if you were going to pick someone, did it have to be her? That girl who was trying to steal my place in the hearts of my followers? I'm writing you out of my will. Oh, you think I'm too old to have another baby? It's not impossible. I could have another son and give him your wings, your quiver, and your bow and arrows. If only Aeneas weren't so busy. Good luck getting your father to replace them. When I'm done with that girl, she'll know who has the power in Olympus.
Bereft of her husband, Psyche ran hither and thither, restlessly seeking him. Her plan was to win him back using her wifely wiles. Or if that didn't work, throw herself upon his mercy and beg his forgiveness. In her wanderings, she came upon two temples side by side. In front of the first one was an unkempt pile of grains, sickles, and, other tools used in the harvest.
2 temples? Given what's lying around here, I'd bet good money that this is the Temple of Ceres. What a mess. It might earn me some goodwill with the goddess if I sort this stuff out.
Psyche, oh Poverina, I feel so bad for you. You must know Venus is searching far and wide, wanting nothing less than your total destruction. You should be concentrating on staying alive, yet here you are putting my grain and harvest tools in order.
Ceres, I beg you, by your luxuriant harvests, your winged, dragon-pulled chariot, your daughter Proserpina's unlighted journey to the underworld, and her marriage there, by your sacred and secret rituals, and by these ears of grain, please, let me hide here with you for a few days. Magnificent Juno, queen of the heavens, who watches over pregnant women and newborn children, who flies through the air in her chariot drawn by lionesses, I beseech you, as I do Ceres, I'm at my wit's end. Please, allow me sanctuary here in your temple so I can grow strong enough to continue my journey.
So this is the girl, the reason Venus was raging, storming, and spoiling her beauty last time we saw her on Olympus.
You know how Venus so reacts. Unlike that other miscreant she burst, Cupid's a good son. I remember long ago when he was a child, she asked him to help me out, and he did. But Cupid is no longer that little boy darting about with his tiny bow. His bow is obviously bigger now, and if you ask me, this girl seems charming head to toe.
Kids, once they grow up, you cannot control them. I learned that one the hard way.
Psyche, we would help you if we could, but fortune has dictated that you must not hide.
Many journeys are difficult, and while at times it is important to rest, there are also times when you must carry on.
We have faith you will find the right course. Venus is fiery, but she can be brought around.
Trust in yourself. Do not give in to despair. You have a light inside of you. Do not let that be extinguished.
Light inside of me. What is Ceres talking about? And Juno, Faith. That's a good one. First, I ignore my husband's warnings about my sisters. Then, I listen to my sister's warnings about my husband. I was so wrong. I guess the goddesses are saying it's time to trust myself. Even though I have no idea how to appease Venus, anything is better than living in fear.
While Psyche gathered her resolve, Venus sought her tirelessly.
Drat that girl. I've looked everywhere with no results. Time to recruit more powerful allies. Stable hands, bring my chariot. Harness 4 of my fastest doves. We are heading straight for Olympus.
Ah, Venus, my sister. What brings you here today? You look flustered, but not unappealing.
Jupiter, who sees and knows all. Or at least you think you do. You've undoubtedly heard about Psyche, who imitated my beauty, then seduced my son. I have scoured the earth to find her. Now I need your messenger, Mercury, to help.
You and your sons. Did I not already grant one of them empire without end? But all right. Ask Mercury yourself, and if he's willing, I'm fine with it.
Mwah! Thank you. Mercury, where are you? I need a favor.
Venus, what's so important that you would summon me in the middle of teaching cows to walk backwards?
What? Oh, never mind. I've been searching in every nook and cranny, rock and cave, for the brazen hussy named Psyche. I must put an end to the ridiculous affair between her and Cupid. You're the only one with the skills to find her, will you?
Well, for you, anything.
Here's a flyer with all the deets. Make sure you circulate her description far and wide. Let every man know that whoever turns her in will get a reward from Venus.
Psyche is done for. Venus just attached a reward?
Yeah, that's kind of like a ransom.
I mean...
No, it is. I mean, somebody gives Psyche up and they're compensated.
Isn't the opposite? It's a bounty.
What? What's a bounty? What?
Anyway, Mercury did as he was told. He flew from town to town proclaiming whoever surrendered Psyche to Venus would get a reward from the goddess herself. Septem
suavia et unum blandientes al pulsu, linguae longe melitum.
As you might expect, every man on earth was instantly on the lookout.
The jig is up. I might as well turn myself in.
You've come to pay your respects to your patron goddess? Or to visit my son, who, by the way, is suffering from wounds you inflicted on him? When I look at you, I see an ugly serving wench who can only gain a man's attention by performing donkey work. I'm going to receive you with all the honors due a servile creature. Sort each grain, and I mean each and every piece of grain, into a pile with its fellows, so that there is no mixing of one kind with another. I will be back. I'm off to celebrate a wedding.
Well, that's the shits. How in the name of Hercules am I supposed to do this?
Maybe I can help. My kind can handle a lot of work quickly. I mean, we could build Carthage. We'll have this done in no time.
I don't know what to say. If I can ever be of any help to you, just let me know.
Next time you're out having a picnic, watch your step.
I'll do that. My deepest thanks.
Someone is helping you. You could never have managed this alone. You think you've got the upper hand? Let's see how you do with this task. When Aurora drives her chariot through the sky, proceed to the nearby woods, following the riverbank, till you find a spring. There you will find grazing sheep and golden fleece. By my decree, you will obtain a tuft of their wool and bring it to me, or suffer the consequences.
Psyche, who had so recently been rejoicing, now began to despair. Oh, as she lay down on the floor among the tidy piles of grain, she attempted to get some sleep. At the same time, Cupid was nearby, imprisoned by his mother in a tiny room, so that he could not worsen his wound, but more importantly, so that he could not seek out Psyche. Oh, the separated lovers both suffered a horrible night.
Rosy-fingered dawn has arrived, but I hardly slept. When I did, all I dreamt about was bread. I guess that's what sleeping among a huge pile of grains and an empty stomach will do. Now, let's see. What were Venus's instructions? Follow the riverbank into the forest and find the sheep with the golden fleece. She was pretty drunk. Did she confuse me with Jason? She failed to mention that the sheep have a poisonous bite. I suppose she thought I was too uneducated to know that. This task seems impossible, but I didn't think I could sort the grain either.
Oh, Psyche! I've been expecting you. A little breeze told me you'd be coming to procure some golden fleece from those vicious sheep.
You've heard correctly. Venus will do anything to destroy me. I'd love to outsmart her, but I'm not sure I can.
Fickle goddess. I wouldn't mind thwarting her a bit. When the sun is at the zenith, the sheep lie down to sleep, as does that good-for-nothing shepherd. Then, all you have to do is quietly tiptoe past, pluck their fleece off the bushes, and tiptoe back. Ecce! Mission accomplished.
Reed, thank you. I will do exactly that.
Psyche's not doing this on her own. She keeps getting help.
You begrudge Psyche the aid of a few ants and a reed?
She's a mortal up against a goddess.
She can use all the help she can get.
Don't we all need a little help from time to time? Care for some rose petal tea? Not you, prisoner. Psyche came away with a generous portion of golden fleece. When she presented it to Venus, the goddess was furious.
Do not think you fool me for 1 minute, child. You did not get this fleece by yourself. Some divinity is watching over you. And when I find out who's taken your side in this affair, they will share your fate. Now, I will set for you an exceedingly difficult task. Prove to me you have a strong spirit and good sense. Look out that window. Do you see that very high and rugged peak? On the top is a dark spring feeding the valley of the rivers Styx and Cocytus. Go there. Fill this little jar with spring water and return it to me by nightfall.
Yes, Venus. Whatever you decree. I got this far on my own, but I'm pretty sure my low center of gravity will send me and Junior here toppling into those deathly waters if I push it any further. I don't suppose any industrious ants or friendly reeds are going to show up here to help me out.
Greetings, Psyche.
Greetings, bird. And you are?
You don't recognize me? I'm Jupiter's eagle.
Forgive me. I would have known you anywhere if I weren't so distracted.
I can help you in a way no ant or reed or even the god Pan could. At least in this situation. Give me the jar. It's a simple matter for me to fill this. Stay where you are.
I'm not going anywhere. Maybe ever.
There you are.
Thank you. That's something I never could have done in my condition.
Speaking of that, would you like a ride back to Venus's palace?
I would love that, but...
I've carried mortals heavier than you before. Hop on. Hold tight. Oh, yes. Here we go!
I've returned, Venus. Here's the water you requested.
You think your improbable success impresses me? I'm betting good money that you're a great and powerful witch. But there is another task that you must accomplish. Take this box below to Hades' realm and ask his wife, Proserpina, to share a little of her beauty with me. Just enough for one day. Tell her I have used up some of mine caring for my wounded son. And be quick about it.
What kind of wild goose chase is this? Why doesn't she just have me killed and be done with it? Only a handful of mortals have journeyed to the underworld and returned, and never yet a woman, let alone a pregnant one. Who am I to try? Certainly not someone who could conceive of the Trojan horse, nor found a city that turns into an empire. On the other hand, fortune has provided some help on these other tasks. I am soon to enter the world of motherhood. Surely, I am strong enough to visit the underworld. Now, what do I know from reading about those other guys who returned from this journey? You can't go empty-handed. Bring something for the dog. Ooh, perhaps he'd enjoy some of these barley biscuits. I need something to put all this stuff in. This should do. In goes the box and the dog biscuits. And there's one more thing, isn't there? Coins for the ferryman. I've heard that there's an entry point to Hades not too far from here. Here goes nothing. Here's the hellhole I was looking for. Proserpina may have descended by chariot, but that's not looking promising. It can't be too difficult to get in. After all, as they say, facilis descensus averno, sed revocare gradum, hoc opus, hic labor est. I may never escape, but let's jump in and hope for the best. Oof. Greetings, Karen. I've heard that you're the strong, silent type. I need a ride to Proserpina's place. Right, you've got this for-profit thing going on here. Thanks. Don't go away. I'll be back for the return voyage. Good boy. I brought you a snack, and you a snack, and you a snack. Now, to find your mistress.
Greetings, Psyche, and welcome to my winter residence.
You know why I'm here?
Indeed, I do. Do you have the box?
Mm-hmm.
Stay put, and I'll fill it with what Venus asked for. Here you go. Safe travels.
Thank you, Proserpina. Nice dog you have.
I am fond of him. Farewell.
I made it. Pretty impressive for a pregnant woman. These tasks have been an altogether strange journey. There must be a thread stitching it all together, but I'm too tired to make any sense of it. I am super curious about the beauty Proserpina put in this box. I'm no Pandora, so taking a quick peek couldn't possibly pose a threat. Of course. What else could this contain but Infernus Somnus, sleep, the sister of death? Oh, and just what I need right now to connect all I've experienced.
Psyche completed her task. Very impressive. Do you think your journey will turn out as well? While Psyche was busy risking life and limb, Cupid was loafing around his mother's house, healing from his burn. But the moment he regained his strength, he flew out the window to find his beloved. After searching the countryside, he saw her sleeping form and landed nearby. When she did not awaken, he prodded her gently with his arrow.
Wake up. Psyche, wake up. Wake up. I've recovered from my wound, and I've missed you so much. Did you miss me?
What are you doing here? Trying to rouse me again with that little prick. I'll be with you in 40 weeks. A golden sheep's tail. I need my box of beauty sleep. 5 more minutes.
For 3 nights, Psyche slept.
Refreshed and ready. I had an epiphany while I slept. You know, Cupid, your mother did me a favor. She was trying to destroy me, but instead, I am, I believe, the only woman to make the hero's journey in our time. I now have a clear vision of what must happen next.
Uh-huh. Did you hear me? My wound is healed.
Huh? Oh, well, that's great. I've been sorting grain and gathering golden fleece, bottling sacred waters, and visiting the underworld. So I'm glad to hear you're in working order. Now, I'm off to Olympus to talk with Juno about our upcoming nuptials.
Our what? Aren't we already married?
Don't worry your pretty head about it. Everything's going to be fine. Greetings, Queen of Heaven, Goddess of Marriage, and other honors too numerous to mention. It's nice to see you again. Hello, Venus.
Psyche, my dear, all grown up and filled with a woman's knowledge of the world.
That's not all she's filled with.
Juno, I've come here to respectfully ask you to preside over my marriage to Cupid. Please make this union official on Olympus with the nod of your godhead.
You can't. He's divine, and you are a mere mortal. Fine to have a dalliance with your sort, and even to produce offspring, as I well know. But a lasting and consecrated marriage? Impossible!
My fellow deities can be elitist snobs. I can see it is time to dispense with all that and make you one of us. Summe psyche et immortalis esto. You are now as divine as your future husband and your forthcoming child. Let Mercury call of Olympus to come and celebrate this newly divine marriage.
Mercury!
On it.
All right, Psyche. You've passed all the tests. I welcome you as my daughter-in-law. In truth, I'm a little relieved that you're taking that unruly boy off my hands.
Ubi tu Cupido, ego suhe.
You are now husband and wife in the eyes of all Olympus, those on earth, and those below in the underworld. You may now...
What's happening?
Cupid. Haven't you ever seen the results of your mischief? She's given birth. Where's Artemis?
It's about time I got a speaking part in one of these shows. It's going to be okay. It's a girl, Psyche. It's a divine girl. And what will you name her?
When Psyche and Cupid truly meet, the only name for that union is pleasure. My little pleasure. Welcome to the world.
Psyche's story had a happy ending. Now, have you decided?
Decided what?
Have you decided what's in store for you?
I don't know what the future holds.
What mortal does?
But I can't see anything good happening if I stay here.
I'm up! I'm up!
Oh, we missed the end.
We missed the end?
Where is she?
She's gone.
Well, my fine audience, I hope that you enjoyed our story as much as that young woman did. I wonder if she will find pleasure in the end of her story. But, you know, the real story is about me anyway. By the goddess Isis Fortuna, may I just have one bite of those roses. Remember, things are not always as they seem.